Rwanda's visitors' numbers have been increasing over the years thanks to the country's efforts to improve tourism. Effective January this year, visas are issued on arrival, a move set to increase tourists. The demand for hospitality is, however, not proportional to supply, and hotels with local chains or otherwise are adjusting to fit the market. Nyungwe House, located in the outskirts of the city, is one such example, undergoing renovation and an upskilling of its workforce to serve visitors.
It's an amazing standard that's being set here in Africa and in Rwanda. But I think most important that people realize is that there's a lot more to Rwanda than the gorillas. And this property here, I mean, I've had the unique opportunity, as I mentioned, of working across Africa for the last 10 years. This place is absolutely magical. You guys have got a taste of what can be on offer here. But with the long list of other activities we have, plus with the national park and the community, it's absolutely stunning. It's got elements of the high quality, low impact tourism of Botswana, but it's got the eco sides of Costa Rica. You've got kind of a safari feeling meeting a beach resort in one. So you've got the adventure of wildlife, but you've got the activities of a resort, from, as you guys experienced, the boot camp to spear throwing. So it's kind of a unique combination of very multiple elements. It's hard to pinpoint one location. I think there's a massive area of growth in this country and a massive unknown to the global market. So I think there's plenty of opportunity for growth and development in Rwanda. The biggest challenge is actually the location of the country. Being landlocked, getting supplies and inventories here. We try to, as much as we can, support Rwanda and Rwanda communities and products, but again, it's still a young country, so there's still a lot of things that have to be brought in, and that's the big challenge. I mean, whether it comes by ship, you're coming through Mombasa or Dar es Salaam, and then you're going to come by road all the way through to Rwanda, or by air. So that's probably the biggest thing. And then being on the continent of Africa, there's always delays when you're transporting materials through countries and through borders.
We get a lot of training. We had got the task force from our global office in Dubai coming here, and have spent almost, some have spent 1 month, 2 months, just training the staff to get to the level they want us to be. And those are not the people who have been in this company for 10 years, 15 years. So you can imagine how the knowledge we got from them, the experience they've been sharing with us, the experiences. And apart from that, we also have partnership with the training company called the Lobster Inc. That company, every staff here has to attend the courses from the Lobster Inc. It's an online training. Every day we get trained. Apart from that, we train ourselves. If you have a free time, you don't just sit. Every staff here, whenever they get any opportunity, any 20 or 30 minutes, they are on training themselves. Let's say on the internet. Let's say if you are a guide, you go on the field and train yourself about birds and bird species and bird calls, or monkey species and everything related to your field.
If you hold it, it takes longer to release.
Occupancy has been good. In this environment, you always have peak seasons and medium seasons. So, I mean, over the festive season, which is a high season in East Africa and Rwanda, we were extremely busy. But, you know, occupancies are slowing down a little bit right now, but it's normal in the tourism industry across the world. After Christmas, people tend to save the pennies, so the travel doesn't happen too often. So you have those months. January, end of January, November are the non-traveling months across the tourism industry. We do have a nice pickup in February. Of course, it's a great draw for East Africa at that time of the year as well. And then you'll find that March and April is generally a quiet season just because of the rainfall.
Now, it feels a bit different not being in a suit and being outside the studio, not being behind the desk. We've gotten a sense of how picturesque this place is. Everything picture perfect. But now the question remains, how exactly does this impact on the economy? How does this part of the country now have a ripple effect on the larger picture? One of the concerns that had been raised earlier was re-establishment of former poachers as we got around the country, trying to understand what the Sparks were doing in that regard. Here's that conversation, as well as giving back to the community.
Since this company is operating here in Nyungwe, it has been very, very close to the community. Comparing it to other companies that have been here before or that have been around, I mean, in the area before, this is really going somewhere with the community. To start with, I can say that this company wants to get everything locally, which really gives money to the community around here. And I know we are sourcing, I mean, let's say like the handcrafts, arts and everything, we source it locally. We have a local community cooperative around here that we work with. Every time we need something as a decor in the rooms, in the laundry, in the restaurant, in the lounge, or in the offices, we just call the community around here to come and bring what we want. Also, if our guests need some of those locally made crafts, we just call the cooperative to come and they buy from them. Another thing is that this company is doing for the community is that we are focusing at the protection of the forest. By doing that, we don't have rangers to do patrols or in the park, but we support the ex-poachers, let's call it, the ex-poachers, those who used to go in the park and destroy it and hunt. So we work with them. We call them to work in our property so that instead of going in the forest to hunt and destroy the forest, they get money. We pay them. So that time they spend here, they help us, but also we help them. It's a win-win situation.
We look at Nyungwe as a community, so it's not just around Nyungwe House, but Nyungwe Forest. So we do support a local coffee co-op on the other side of the national park with sustainable harvest. We actually buy the whole harvest, so it's the only place that you can get the coffee that you guys enjoyed this morning. We'll be only here. Katabi is great for honey harvesting. So we get all our honey from Katabi, and of course our guests are more than welcome to stop by there and visit their centers as well.
Packaging of local offerings to the international market is a huge concern for players within the industry.
Personally, I'm kind of trying to put it in a way of, you know, and this is how I do a lot of my travel vlogs. It's just in a way that's like, if I can be here and enjoy, then you can also be here and enjoy. So I try not to make it too luxurious, even though it is a luxury, you know, place. I kind of try and see how relatable I can make it. Of course, we want it to look as nice as possible. Right. People want to come, but we want to make it in a way that it's like, it's not too out of reach. Like that's somewhere that I can go. So that's what I try to do. I try to put a little bit of humor in it and add in some things that maybe you can find in other places, just, you know, way nicer here. Right. that's how I've been packaging it. Now let's see how it goes with people, if people like it. But I've had a great stay here.
It's important for people who come here to share their experience with friends and family. I'm certainly going to encourage my friends and family to visit from Australia, my friends in the UK, in America, Canada, wherever it is, even across the region. My friends in Kenya and Uganda, I think it'd be fantastic for them to visit, because what exists here is, it's the oldest protected mountain rainforest in Central Africa, and nothing like this exists anywhere else. And I think what I really like about what the Nyungwe House has done is they've created new experiences for people who are coming to visit. So whether it's the spear throwing, the tea tasting, the conservation walk, I mean, they're things that I had never done before, even though I visited Nyungwe quite a few times as a keen environmentalist. So I think those are the things that will keep people coming back for more.
In today's day and age, social media plays a very important role, because everybody anywhere in the world, including in remote parts of Africa, have cell phones. Everybody is on social media, doesn't matter where you go. So we go through social media, we go through publications, through magazines, television, ground handlers, agents across the world. So we do have offices throughout the world that also have contacts to travel agents in those regions as well. So it's a big network of communication to draw people here.
Its marketing strategy is really good. It's efficient. It's bringing those, not the normal customers. I would say the very big profile customers will be coming to Rwanda because of this hotel. And just I've read last time on the Vogue magazine saying that Nyungwe is one of the best places to visit in 2018. So we are expecting the number of tourists to double or even to triple by this year because of this hotel.